Okay, here's where I'm at with the frame now. My phone died. I was planning on having it only one video, but my phone died from leaving the screen on during the sections where I had it paused. I went ahead and got the two halves together, which is about where I left off. I put the clamps on the back half and got it all lined up like it needed to be, and then I went through and tacked everything. And then once I did that, all I had to do was go back and run the beads on the frame, then flip it over and get everything that was on the underside that I couldn't get to from the top. So now, at the moment, I'm going back through and cleaning up all the exterior welds to make them nice and flush. That way, when I go back with the paint and everything later on, everything will kind of look as seamless as I can make it. I finished on the other cart. I went back with 1-inch sections that I welded in to give that a more complete look, so that way it's not open, but that's something I'll probably do a little further in the future instead of today. I'll have to go back and do it here because this part of the frame will all be visible here. So now I'll go back and I'll get the grinder and go back and finish cleaning all of the exterior welds. Okay, so that puts me at the end of grinding down all the welds on the exterior, so I feel pretty good about the way they look now. So now the plan is to go in here on the dropped part to measure in here where the bearing is actually going to go, and so I have to make sure that it clears this cross member here. Just to make sure that when I put the sprocket on and the chain and the disc brake, that all of that will clear. So there needs to be enough space in here. So I'll go back through and check my measurement on the diagram, and then I'll go in and I'll mark in here where that hole's going to go, and then I'll use the hole saw and the drill to cut that out for the bearings, and then this thing will be ready for the axle to go in. Okay, I got it marked for the bearing now. All I got to do is go back and cut it, pull the bearing out real quick, and make sure I use the right hole saw to cut that out. I measured back 7 inches from the cross member over here, and then 1.5 inches down, since the tubing is 3 inches wide, so that puts it right in the center of this beam. Okay, these are the bearings that I got through Northern Tool. They use a 2-bolt bracket to hold them to the frame. So I'll go through and get the corresponding hole saw and cut the hole out and have it measured up on this side here for both the... Alright, I just need to go through and cut out the main hole for the bearing, and then I'll go back and drill out the holes for the bolts to hold it on, and then I think I'll be done with this video because it's going to require a trip to the hardware store to get the bolts I need to mount it up. But that's all I'll be lacking once I get this drilled, and I can go ahead and mount the axle and put on the rear hubs, and the wheels can actually all go on, and then the back half will pretty much be done at that point. I used a center punch and a smaller drill bit to go ahead and start the hole, and then I went ahead and started cutting it, but I figured that just to kind of give you an idea of how it's going to go through, I went ahead and stopped just to kind of give a quick view of the hole before it gets cut out. Okay, I have the first hole cut out, so the mount for the bearing fits in nicely, so I need to go back and mark for the holes. The hole on the back side of the frame actually doesn't have to be as large because the bearing doesn't go through there, and the axle is only 1 inch diameter, so I just have to use a smaller drill bit to go back through there. So I'll probably go ahead and do that and drill the other holes real quick. Alright, I got the bearing in. Holes are all drilled both sides. Now all I got to do is go back and get the long enough bolts to go all the way through. I'm just holding this here at the moment. See, it just wants to fall out. But I'll go get the axle and one of the hubs and put a wheel on it real quick, and I think I'll be finished for the day. Alright, well, we got the axle through, got the bearing in, got one of the hubs on that I ordered from Vintage Kart Company. I think everything turned out pretty good. Unfortunately, I haven't pulled the bearings out of the wheels that are going to go on it yet, so I wasn't able to put it on for the video. But anyway, I feel pretty good about all the work. I got about as far as I wanted to go with it today, so that's good. I think it took me 5 hours total, start to finish. But the grinding is pretty well done. Bearings are in, so it's time to go to the store, get some bolts, get the wheels on, and then I'll have half of it rolling. And then next step will be to get the front set up for the springs to go on the underside. So I have those go up under here, but that'll be for another time. I'm all finished for now, so hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you want to see any of the other videos that I posted for Cyclekart stuff I've done, just type in on Google hashtag because Cyclekart. Thanks.